you have these activists in Canada who, when they see their American brethren sort of getting excited about an issue, getting upset about something, it's almost like they just want to play the same role here.
They're locking up people for honking their horns. They're talking about seizing bank accounts. That they shut down GoFundMes in support of these truckers who don't want to have a vaccine mandate. Most of the truckers are vaccinated. They just don't want it mandated because they had bought into the idea of freedom, that they get to decide what goes into their body, not the government. And we can focus on the COVID aspect of this conversation, but we would actually get lost into what's really going on. This is about control. This is about Christians are very hard to control. They love freedom. They trust God, not man. And so that makes it very hard for man to control a Christian or a believer in any religion, really. But the elites across the globe, from Justin Trudeau to Joe Biden to the people in China, and the way China's, Justin Trudeau, there's video, and I wish I had asked for it. Maybe we'll get it before the end of the show, where he talks about his respect for the way things are done and operated in China. The elites have decided that freedom and that people doing what they want and exercising their free will is in the way of human progress.
Because, we borrow the American conversation about race and we sort of force it through the mainstream media into our country. So, George Floyd being killed had a bigger impact in Canada than any incident I can recall of police brutality or alleged racism or whatever the case in our entire country in my lifetime. And that's because we are so fixated on wanting to compare ourselves to the United States. So a large part of it is just almost, you have these activists in Canada who, when they see their American brethren sort of getting excited about an issue, getting upset about something, it's almost like they just want to play the same role here. And they force us to adopt the same sort of political debates, even though our countries are quite different. So that's one of the reasons. But the other thing is that there is this sense that Canada is illegitimate, being pushed by many of the social justice activists, because we are supposedly a colonial state. And I think that's a big part of where the allegations of Canada being racist comes from, that because the British and the French came to Canada, had conflicts with Indigenous populations, took control of the land, built a country, that somehow that foundation makes us an illegitimate nation. And that's one of the things that I find myself as a Black man whose father immigrated to Canada just a few decades ago from Africa. I find myself in a position where I have to defend this country, because ultimately, if you question the legitimacy of Canada or the United States or Australia or any of the countries that were sort of settled by Europe, what you're questioning is my belonging here. Do they want me to go back to Africa? Do I have a place here if this country is illegitimate? And I refuse to accept that.